Hey everyone, this is Pierre, and Josh is not even here today. But welcome back to JP Connection, episode number 12. And in this episode, I have a special guest on the show. For this is actually the first ever guest we have on the show. Um, I know that Josh has been busy a lot, so for now we're gonna bring in some variety of co-hosts for each episode. But today, so this guest, she is one of the OGs of Team NS, and no, she is a lovely person, and she always been there for everyone. So I want to give a warm welcome to our lovely person, Nemo.
Hi guys, I'm Nemo. Like he told you, I'm a part of NS. And when I met Beta, we were playing Valorant and he had his own little squad. And I don't know, just talking on all chat, he was really sweet. And when we invited them to join our Discord, they were just the sweetest people. And ever since then, we've been really close friends.
Yeah, that sounds real. All those fun memories. All
Yeah.
right, how are you doing, Nemo? No, it's
I'm
been
doing good.
you're doing
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Many guys don't know that so Simply Ordinary, Roy Creed, his girlfriend Collie and I we're part of the group for for a month now, and it's really crazy to say at least that we grow so much, and hopefully we can create more content with them in the future. So yeah, just like my Among Us video, that you guys should check it out. But it wasn't in it, but um, no, this is what Team Inez does in a nutshell. So it's really fun and all that fun jazz. So Nemo, can you give everyone know who you are and all that fun jazz?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Nemo, but everyone calls me Molly. That's my real name. I play a lot of Valorant recently with the group. I work full time. I'm taking a break from college, just because price wise and everything.
Hmm.
I'm from Texas, so yee
Hmm.
No, I don't own a horse, but I do own a goat. So that is my only southern thing I have right now. Um, What else is there? I play a lot of video games. Sometimes I don't even play with the group. I just, I like talking to a lot of people. I'm a very social interaction person. I like making jokes. I have a bunch of dad jokes that are not really that funny, but yeah, that's a little bit about me.
All right, perfect. Yeah. Um, mainly on well for Nemo, she's new to the podcast, but usually what Josh and I would do, we just throw. We mainly have like three branches of what we wanted to talk about. So we want to talk about life, school wise, and then work as usual. So how's life for you, Nemo?
Life's pretty good. I mean, considering everything that's going on in my life, coming back home to a community of like a family. It doesn't even feel like a friend group anymore at this point. I feel like we're so close now. So it's kind of like a home, but I like home, if that makes sense. Like
Hmm.
I'm home, but then when I talk to y'all, I feel like, okay, now I'm talking to my family. Like I feel at ease now. Like even like coming home from like going to the store or something, it just feels a little bit better to see like and hear y'all's voices, it's just yeah.
That's that's very good.
Mhm.
Yeah. So for me, for my life, that it's a little up and down in the moment, but just living life. Try to get things through. It's all about it is what it is, and try the best I can to live my life.
Mhm.
And then so school. Can you give us I know you drop off like a college, right?
Yeah,
Or
I took a break from college just because of COVID. I was a freshman and it was my very first semester, and my professors said it was going to be in person. So I had the mindset of every day I'm going to be in class. But then it turned out to be I'm doing half online, half in person. And then at the point where they said we're going to just switch online. So when they said that we were going to switch all online, I went back home and I was 2 hours away from my college. So it's not that far, but what really hurt me was the fact that some of our tests and finals were not online. They were in person. And that really messed me up, GPA wise and mentally wise and like money wise, because I was paying for gas to go back and forth. And I know I could have stayed in my dorm room and not come home, but with me and my roommate, it wasn't a good fit. I love her to death still, like don't get me wrong, like she's one of my closest friends still, but it just kind of hurt that like she was never there, so I just felt like I was living by myself. It was just getting a little like depressing, so to speak. So I just decided to come home. But I am planning on taking some courses in the fall online, some easy courses. Like I'm really good with algebra.
Mm-hmm.
I love math. I don't know why. I'm that one weirdo who absolutely loves math. So I'm going to take some math courses during the fall and just slowly ease back up and just get my GPA back up.
That sounds pretty good. Just have the progress ready to go. I'm assuming.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, recently, I graduated, which is very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. Yeah. No, it's very exciting at the moment. Then afterwards, it's kind of like, it's just, I'm just doing the same old thing, but there's nothing really much work I can do. But it's a good thing that I'm, getting back to the podcast and just making content ideas for the channel and streaming a lot more. So it's really, really, really exciting, to start getting back to the grind again after finals and all that fun jazz. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like a good way to like it just feels like when I graduated high school, I just had all this anxiety of like what to do now, like I have all this free time now and what to do, and the fact that you're streaming some more and having these podcasts is a good way for you to have like a normal schedule because when I graduated high school, I just all right, I have free time, I'm just going to do whatever. I didn't have a set schedule of like okay, I'm going to wake up at this time to do this. I'm not going to go to sleep until this time because I don't have anything to do tomorrow.
mm, yeah,
So,
yeah. So, well, luckily, Nemo is going back to school in the fall, so we all wish her luck. And
thank you.
and then we're just gonna do celebrate for the bit, but no
Celebrate, yeah.
celebrate, yeah. And then work wise, you told us very interesting work stories involving some sort
Yes.
of daycare that, and then you got a new job recently. You wanted to like go in depth with like just that general idea of it.
So I used to work at a daycare. It was actually like it was a daycare slash school, but I mean, I don't remember going to school at 2 years old, so I guess it's just more of like a daycare situation.
Hmm.
But I mean, I was two. I don't really remember what I did as a 2 year old, but yes, I worked as a daycare teacher's assistant basically, and it wasn't the right fit. It wasn't because of the hours or anything. It was just I was talking to kids all day and I didn't get a break. Um, I was working Monday through Fridays and then I just I needed a job desperately to pay off some things, so it was just like I was okay with it for a little bit, but then when my managers and other coworkers, it just felt like they were acting like the kids too. They just kept starting drama. They would talk badly about the coworkers and didn't really care about like my physical health. So working with kids and everything is actually like working in the health like field, healthcare field because you're getting all those illnesses because you're exposed to them. And especially with 2 year olds, they don't know the general hygiene of wash your hands, like don't eat food off the floor. They don't understand that concept yet. So when they're sick, they like it takes a while for them to show symptoms of them being sick. So even if they're not showing symptoms, we can get sick. And even though we're wearing masks and stuff, it's so hard, like we're touching everything, we disinfect everything. It was a hard job. And then they wanted me to change my hours from 10 to 6 till and change it to 7 to 6 without a break.
Mm.
And that's when I finally drew the line. And then I got this new job. And this new job has been fantastic. They've been the sweetest people on the planet. Um, I work at a Mexican restaurant now. I'm a host. And I was really nervous about getting this job because my mom and everyone that I knew told me that it's hard to get a host job and it's hard to get a host job as a full-time employee. So, and especially with their hours when they're open, they're only open on weekdays from 4 to 10. And as a host, we get to leave early. And it's just really nice because like I'm actually talking to people my age, I'm talking to more people. And like I said earlier, I'm a very social person. Like if you want me to tell you like how my day's going, I can go full detail what I did and how I'm feeling about it to someone random because like I just feel like it brightens someone's mood when you're talking to them. Like if you always say like the normal, "Hi, how are you?" Like it just if you sound depressed or like not excited about it, they're not going to feel enthusiastic about being there. But this job is great. It's the everything about it. Like my boss, I don't even see him as a boss. I see him as a team leader. He's very supportive of us. He's very caring. Um and he rather care about our like if we have a bad customer or something, he'll handle it. He doesn't care if he gets a bad review on Yelp or anything about him, but he'll care more about us. He'll if we ever have a bad review, he'll try in his all his power to contact that customer and say like it was their fault. It was his fault. He wouldn't blame the fault on us. He would always take the blame for us. And I think that's really nice for a work environment.
Damn, that's pretty satisfying to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know everyone's watching the podcast knew for the past 11 episodes about my job. I'm still living. I'm still working there. Still living the vibe. Uh, yeah. So Nemo, can you explain more about your Valorant skills? I know that Josh and
Oh,
I we discussed, our Valorant mains and that stuff. So I was wondering about your mains and other stuff. So
okay. So when I first started playing Valorant, I played Raze, and of course, Raze is a duelist. And I just being like a new Valorant player and not knowing, I just saw Raze and I was like, she has grenades, she looks amazing, and I like her voice lines. I'm just gonna choose her. But I wasn't playing as a duelist. I wasn't pushing up before them. I wasn't using all my utilities. I just was clueless. So I used to play with one other group before Team NS for a while. Um, well, but even before that, I was just a solo player. Like my other group didn't want to play with me. I just found the game. I was tired of the same things. So that's when I started playing Race. But when I joined my old group, they told me about this character called Sky. And Sky, for the longest time, was my favorite agent. I like the fact that I can have flashes, heals, and even a wolf that can show you where people are. And even with that wolf, it actually causes damage towards opponents, which I never knew. But then her voice lines got a little annoying for people, and I needed to spice things up. I just felt like I was using her like as an agent for too long. So then I switched to my one and only Killjoy. Killjoy has been like the love of my life. She's amazing. Like the fact that, her swarm grenades, her turrets, and just like her alarm bot, it's just the only thing is, I wish you can pick up her swarm grenades after when the first round starts, like when the timer for the round starts. I wish you could pick them up. But I mean, like it's okay because you can still pick them up now as a when you're getting ready for the setups. And the cool thing about Killjoy is there's so many different types of setups. There's not a one type of setup that you can do for that agent. There's so many for different maps. Everyone has a different style, so to speak, too. Like I keep watching videos to get better as Killjoy, but it's just different, and you just need to get like the one thing about Killjoy is that you have to remember the maps and like read the opposite team as well as you can. Because if you do one setup like this, you can't do that setup again because they're going to be prepared for that. But I don't know. I don't think I know. Then let me change that. I'm not the best player in Valorant compared to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have my moments. I have my moments, but then I have those moments where it's like, have you ever played on a PC before? So I mean, like I'm in between. But yeah, that's my Valorant skills. But we might be switching our main soon. We might be a Sage in the future. We don't know yet,
Mm-hmm.
but Killjoy is my definite main right now.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Like before, like I played Raze a lot. Then then I played a little bit. Well, I play sometimes play Sage just for anything. But I might thinking like start playing another agent so I could get like a better feel for it. The one agent that I might play is Yorgo, and like basically he's just like a second Phoenix, but he's more sneaky than Phoenix. So I
Mm.
might try Yorgo, whenever I have the time for it. But but for now, Raze, I literally got some good kills with it, especially towards like Nemo and Crack.
Yeah. And I don't understand how Crack is so good with those Aries. Like she's just amazing with the Aries, the gun.
Yeah.
It's just oh, what is your favorite gun in Valorant?
Oh, that's a really good question, Nemo. I mean, like I could say like the Spectre. It's just a silent. It's just like a silent SMG, and SMGs are pretty fast, so I gotta at least use it. If
Yeah.
even like if I'm low in money, it's like you know what, I'm gonna use a Spectre just to save that
Hmm.
money for a bit. So I think like the Spectre is like my go-to and my save your money at least, because at least like
Hmm.
know for like everyone else in Team NS use like Vandals and know you get like 900 credits left, but I just wanted to save a bit so I could get better at it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm low on money. I can when I can afford a Vandal or like a Phantom, depending on the day. But if I like only have like less than 1,000 left, I would go with a Bulldog or an Aries at least because I know I can get a little lucky with the Aries, but with a Bulldog, I feel it's underappreciated, you know? Like it it doesn't get a lot of love, you know?
hmm
So,
especially the fishy skin.
I know, I love that fish skin. It's so pretty.
Yeah. So that's basically Val Remains Part Two, but with me and Nemo. But today's topic of the podcast, something that I've been thinking about,
Mhm.
at the moment is post graduation, either high school or college. So I just want to like get in depth with that. So basically, congrats to class of 2021, both high schools and colleges, which is a big deal. Nemo, what is your opinion about post graduation from both sides, from high school and college?
So, for being a high school graduate last year when COVID was, hit us the hardest,
Mm-hmm.
it just it was different, and I know with a lot of my friends who were like a grade below me who just now graduate, they're just like in shock about it. We were all thinking that COVID was going to get worse. We didn't expect us to get the vaccination this quickly in everyone, But I think kids, like I know some people I've talked personally, like and from high school,
Hmm.
they don't know what to do. They're super nervous about college, and even some people, like from when I graduated, I was lucky to even walk this stage. Like it wasn't at our normal high school. We had to go on a football field, but I was like fortunate to even graduate. And there were some people that didn't even graduate. So I feel like with the seniors in this year, they had that mindset of, oh, we might have to go back home. We're not going to be, walking this stage. And I know some of my friends didn't even go like to the normal high school. They just did it all online, and it's just kind of like, I feel like they don't know what to do next because they didn't really experience their high school senior, experience. Like we all have that one memory from high school that our last year that we will always remember, like the senior prank or something, or senior skip day. Even senior prom, like some of the kids didn't even go to prom this year because they were so worried about COVID and the fact that it wasn't this good this year. It wasn't as exciting. They didn't have a theme. They didn't have it at a nice place. It was just in our cafeteria. So, I just think they just are kind of confused, and that's, like, completely normal, but I feel like they're more extreme to being and I feel like they just think it happened so fast too, is another thing, is that they think they're not ready for college or they're not ready for the job or the big adventures that they're out there. And the one thing is no one knows what they're gonna do when they graduate. Like there's those like people that know exactly what college they're going, they know exactly like what job they're gonna get. But in reality, like when I graduated, I didn't even know what I was going into college for. I just saw a major and picked it. I didn't really investigate, and I know a lot of people now are just feeling lost for not knowing what to do now, you know?
Yeah, yes. Like for me, like when I graduated, like almost like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, almost 2 weeks ago. It is like it's really different than just like my high school graduation that happened exactly 2 years ago. And no, look at 2 years ago to now is like there's a lot happened. Between
Mhm,
post high school and then post graduation from community college. It's really no. It's just there's a lot to learn. No, after you graduate from high school, and now I graduated from college. It's like it's a no. There's something different that I could get out of it than just sticking to your roots or try something new. Well, you gotta try something new, but just don't always stick
mhm,
to your roots, no matter what. But it really puts a lot of reflection on me, especially with last year, when COVID started hitting up and staying home, doing online classes and that stuff. It's a lot to learn, and now like I know from like my state, it's like they're I know for like my community college, they're starting to um put all the students back in person classes in the fall, and it's really just a lot of changes happening, especially with the vaccine too. So
mhm. Yeah, and unfortunately, with the state I am, there's a lot of people that are not getting the COVID vaccination, and like it's their body, their choice, situation, and I respect their beliefs, but um, it just like with my community college that I was gonna go to, I wanted to do the EMT program again and just continue my training in that. But it's a 8 to 5 class, like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. class. It's a hard class every day this of the week except for Fridays and stuff, but it's very hands-on. So they decided that they weren't going to open up this fall with that program. So it's kind of like upsetting that I can't continue it, but they said it's online, but I'm a more of a visual learner than okay, let me stare at a computer screen and learn about this. It's hard for me to do that. I have to hear someone saying it or actually physically be doing it, and it just you don't get that same connection with your like other classmates or your professor. You don't have that same like interaction feeling like you do in person. You get to actually know how the person is like writing things. You're not having internet issues too, it's just like a better environment. And like especially doing schoolwork at home, like learning college and actually like graduating high school or college, it's hard. Like general, it's hard because you're at home and you don't have the mindset of, all right, I'm going to spend my entire day here. I'm going to spend, I'm going to take this entire time to learn. You're home with a bunch of distractions like your dogs, your cats, your phone for even, and just like, and I'll say this from personal experience, I didn't really learn when I was online for college. Like I had the video going on, but then like of course I had my phone. And I just would look at it and just, oh, we're writing notes now. What did I just miss? I'll look at it later. It's probably not important. And like I feel like a lot of students had that mindset, but like when you're in class, you know better not to be on your phone. You know to, oh, I actually have to pay attention to this. So, I don't know. I just feel like some people weren't motivated, so they're not motivated to continue what they want to do after college or high school, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So whoever graduated from high school or college or community college, all that fun jazz. My advice to you is there's always time around you, even the smallest bit. No, there's time to do the dishes. There's time to play video games. There's always time to work. So there's always time around you, and just really if you get bored and there's nothing you can do, well, do something. No, go take a walk outside for like 15 minutes, and then that's it. And that's partial day done. But there's always time for
Yeah.
anything. So
Yeah, me and my friend, of course, like we did like precautions, we took when COVID first hit, we both got COVID test done, and I was spending a lot of time with her, and of course we were both negative. And every day we would do something different. We did paddle boarding one day. We would take a hike, drive somewhere for an hour, and just drive around, Texas, because you can't really get lost in Texas. But we would always try to find something new to do, and I think that's literally been like the best summer of my life. Even though I didn't get to see my family, I didn't get to see my high school friends really that much, but just doing new activities really like showed me what I didn't know I liked until I tried it.
yeah, yeah. So that's basically no our advice. No, there's just take. There's always time. Just take it, no matter what. But
Hmm.
that's the end of the topic. But and now since Nemo's first in the podcast, no, our very first guest. I will give her a Reddit question from r slash ask Reddit. That's what usually Josh will do. We prepare a question that we found on Reddit, and then yeah. So this question that I found just literally like probably like a month or two ago, but
Hmm.
but the question is, gamers of Reddit, what was the funniest thing you or someone in your party in your chat party said that made everyone laugh?
The funniest thing that someone has done in my party that made everyone laugh. Well, there's been a couple with Team NS,
Hmm.
there's been a lot. I think especially last night was just the highlight of our group.
Yeah.
Um, but I wouldn't say the funniest thing that someone has said, but I think the funniest thing that someone has done is actually our person right here, Mr. Beta. He would accidentally kill us with his grenades and his ult. Um, Not on purpose. He really doesn't mean to, but every single time he does it, it's kind of funny. But last night with Team NS, we all like I think we were just all here for like a really good time because we all know like we're going through something
Hmm.
and it's just our way to go like away from reality. But we were talking like King Julian, I love you, King Julian. And it just made everyone's day. But oh gosh, there's so many quotes that we've said, and it's just oh, I can't just pick one, but those are my favorite. But yeah, what are your some of the funny favorite moments?
Um, really like with Team NS, we have some pretty good moments. Then the group that I was in before, which is One Mind, there are some funny ass Warzone moments. That's just really funny. There's this one time in like in a Warzone match, it's just like me, Creed, Simp, and another friend of ours. We were like standing atop like the firehouse, and I have a javelin, and I saw someone drive by. I decided to say, "You know what? I'm just gonna pop it off and see what happens." And actually got destroyed the vehicles and that stuff. So that's like that's like the funniest thing I've ever done. And then there are like some of the funny moments that we just like mess around, and then we just win at the end.
Oh
So
god. Mm-hmm.
yeah, but yeah, that yeah, I know that there are a few videos that Creed uploaded, but it's not there anymore. But it's okay. But I can still relive those memories
In
from
your memories,
yeah,
yes.
in the memories.
In the memories, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about Nemo before we end the episode?
No, I'm good.
All right, perfect. So this is the end of episode 12 of the JP Connection. Even though Josh isn't there, no, in our soul, but he's been busy. So that's all I can say. Thank you, Nemo, for coming to the show.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Then yeah, so basically the format of the episode is gonna be every month now. So this is gonna be upload this month into May, and then next month is gonna be another episode, and then the next month is gonna be another episode. But we were doing something new because both Josh and I have been busy with our school lives. Sip is at school right now, but I'm not. But we've been busy a lot, so no, we just no just trying to get things done. But we're gonna do it every month now. Um, Hopefully in the future we'll have more guests like Nemo. Join JP Connection podcast. Having a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of podcast. Please check out Sims. Please follow Sims channel, the social medias. I don't know about Nemo's, but you can always follow her on maybe on Twitter or something.
Yes, you can follow my Twitter, which is Nemo Bay. I
Hmm.
mean, either it's Nemo Bay 123 or just
I'll leave it in the
underscores.
description. I'll leave it in the
Yeah.
description.
Yeah.
Follow my YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I'll be for Twitch. I'll be streaming every Thursday and Sundays if I can. And yeah, so this is basically the JP Connection. Signing out.
Bye.
Bye bye. Yeah. And then
That was awesome.